Boa tarde, boa tarde. Ontem, como posso dizer? Ontem foi um grande dia, né? A gente praticamente quase terminamos, né? Eu acho aqui que a gente só vai falar com uma pessoa, você acredita? Tenho quase certeza. Mas tá aí, né? Vamos terminar. Eu não sei se vai terminar agora, né? Mas acho que vai ser pouco. Ontem a gente terminou praticamente tudo. A gente lutou contra a baleia ontem. O Neuvillette se pegou todo o poder da Furina verdadeira, né? Ela deu, se sacrificou, mas quem quiser assistir é 1h50, hein? For jogar o final, já tem isso em mente. Você não vai conseguir sair do diálogo, você vai perder tudo se você sair. Vai ter que fazer tudo de novo. É 1h50, velho, o final. Um dos finais mais longos que eu já joguei, velho. Quem é aquele ali? É um Fatui que tá com ela. Opa.
Oh, it's you. What brings you all here?
Pô, minha internet pode estar instável, tá? Eu tô fazendo live aqui, mas
I'm here to update
a
myself
teste não
on how
tava
things are
daquele
going
jeito
here.
não, velho.
Hmm?
Então, posso
Oh,
cair.
the Fatui are here too. Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Garun Snezhevich. He represented the Knave in sending us a large amount of supplies, and is helping with our work. Our residents are hard at work as well. Thanks to everyone, work is progressing nicely. We've lost a lot of people, but we're moving forward. That will have to be enough.
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of yours. I especially like that article you wrote last year about Fontaine's stray cats. But if you don't mind, could you not emphasize our role too much in your report? It's not charity we're doing here. We just happen to share the same interests as the Spina.
I get where you're coming from. I'll keep it as simple as possible. Or would you be willing to feature as friendly neighbors?
That would be fine. Thanks.
Oh, you're back too. How are things?
We finished laying down the construction materials. It'll be another hour before the workers are able to go over there.
Huh? You're here too, Clarence?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole duel business with Miss Farina. So she's here in Poisson to wait out the heat. All right. She really came here to help me out.
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson. The Spina has need of more decision makers. And, well, I do already happen to be connected to Mr. Callis.
Oh, wait just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few questions? You know, about how you felt before the duel, about what it was like facing down a god. There's lots of exciting material there, I bet.
Forget it. I'm sure you can find a better theme than that, Miss Charlotte.
I see you're the same as always. Couldn't you do me a favor, for Navia's sake?
Well, if we're talking about doing things for my sake, you might as well just take a few more photos of me. Or of the Traveler. It's better than wasting time persuading Chlorand at any rate.
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let him off that easy. All right, then everyone who wants to be in the photo, gather up.
Vamos tirar foto. Isso.
How did it go? Was it a good shot? Did Paimon look cute in it?
Praticamente isso aqui não vai ter muita ação, não, acho. A gente já fez ação tudo ontem, né? Ficamos 3 horas em jogo. Praticamente. Ela tira mais fotos de Poisson. Fica fazendo bolha de sabão. Fica pela janela. Então, só seguir o episódio anterior aí, velho. A live de ontem. Quiserem ver.
Also, not to brag, but I'm pretty good at building connections. Who knows? I might eventually get that interview with you after all, Miss Chlorand.
Wow, you really do have that never say die spirit. I'm impressed.
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the Fortress of Maripede.
Você já sabia que ela ia?
Whoa, you're well informed. Let me make a guess too. I asked Sijuin, who told Monsieur Nervillette, and he told you, right?
That's a very complete information chain.
In truth, all Monsieur Neuvillette asked me was, when did the fortress become so friendly towards the media? I told him that it was best not to speak too soon. There's no guarantee that Ridesley will make a personal appearance.
You're right. I've got to treasure every moment I have with them. In which case, I'll be making a move first.
Stay safe now. And tell me if you hear anything interesting. I'll treat you to afternoon tea in exchange.
A emoção foi ontem, velho. Hoje não tem tanta emoção não, velho. Pô, tá gostando do canal, gostando dos vídeos, velho? Deixa o like, se inscreve aí, vai ajudar, hein?
Wow, guess we're here again, huh? There's a real nostalgic feeling to this place.
Looks like you've been missing us.
Duke! Did you come all the way to the entrance to greet us?
Of course. I'm here to welcome you and our dear Miss Charlotte, whom our good head nurse recommended to me.
It's an honor to finally meet the much-rumored Duke. Thank you for consenting to my visit to the fortress, sir.
No need to thank me. But that said, I shouldn't be the focus of your interview. I trust you recall our agreement?
Of course, of course.
All right then, this way.
Juriel. Lorvinho.
Hey, no need to be so nervous. I've already taken all the photos we need. Miss Charlotte, do these pictures really need to be published on the cover of the Steambird?
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her face to appear beside that of Mr. Jurier,
Sir, please don't say things like that.
But it looks like dear Mr. Jurier denies it. Might this interview be very important to you then?
No, I just... This is my first time being interviewed, and I'm very thankful to the Steambird for...
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edwin once. And I'll be honest, I enjoyed chatting with you more. You've definitely got more of that genius vibe going on. The boat that brought about a miracle, the ark that saved the people. Why, you recreated a myth back there, like an emissary of legend. Still, if I might ask, where's that flying ship now?
Huh! Looks like Charlotte's trying to get herself another exclusive scoop.
I have to apologize, but that ship is presently in the bowels of our factory. I'm afraid it won't be easy for you to get a shot of it.
Really? Well, then in that case, could I have an interview with you to make up for that loss?
Ela sabe mesmo como exprimir até a última gota de toda a
You already know
oportunidade.
my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or perhaps you'd like to take another photo of this couple of researchers?
Did you really have to use the word couple? Well, then, 2 solo photos will do.
Is my hair messed up? Please, someone help me have a look.
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. We've seen
Meu
this kind
amigo,
of thing
tá
before.
quente. Tá 78 graus. Calma aí, porque tá 78 graus.
Seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to try this new drink I came up with?
Ah, Siegeween.
Hey, Miss Charlotte. Why don't you, take some pretty photos of our head nurse? Sure. Come on, Miss Siegeween. Over this way. Let's find a brighter spot.
Sure. Do I have to smile? So, how have things been at the fortress?
Same old, as you can see. Fontaine's undergone some changes, but this place is still more or less the same.
Other than that flying ship, it got a tad too much attention, I think.
That's why I decided to let the interview go through. We should direct more public opinions toward the behind-the-scenes heroes. Am I right, Mr. Jurier? Miss Lorvine?
You're too kind, sir. I believe that you too should have your day in the sun. Not that you would want that, just pity.
I'll just leave the spotlight to you two. I see. Lots of things happened that day, huh? Anyway, regarding that Harbinger, I'm not sure you remember, but his 3 young followers are still waiting for his return.
He sure did win them over, huh?
I'll tell them that there's good news and bad news. The good being that their boss seems fine, and the bad being that they must face extended sentences for abetting his escape.
Oh, actually, what about you? Are things gonna change for you too?
What change can there be? The fortress will keep chugging along, and so will my duties. As to what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave those to the folks in the overworld.
Hey everyone, the photo shoot's done.
Good. In that case, let's call it a day here.
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, Traveler, let's go. Till next time, everyone.
There'll be a next time?
Maybe. Who knows? I might write a story about the underwater factory next time. Until then. All right. Last stop, the docks.
Cara, tava fritando. A ventoinha não tava funcionando direito, não, né? A ventoinha desligada. Calma aí. Vou ter que fazer uma coisa aqui. Não, deu diminuída já, nossa. Só foi ligar a ventoinha de volta. É embaixo, é? Pode ir, pode ir. Vá para o porto. Ih, tomei muito dano. Tomei nada. Ah, deu uma diminuída drástica.
See them! They really are here! How did you know?
Navia mentioned that she stayed in touch with Linny and the others after working together. Apparently, they've been at the docks distributing these strange pockets the whole time since.
Traveler, Paimon. Ah, and Miss Charlotte, too.
Would you like a magic pocket? What sort of gadget is it? It's a wondrous bag that can be used to carry many things. The water level has returned to normal, but if you see any of your things floating around, you can use this to carry them. Or you could trick a friend into doing it for you. Trick a friend? I wonder which of my friends would fall for that.
Falta falando alguma coisa pra clicar, calma aí que eu tô
You could just make a friend like Fremine
fazendo
here. Isn't
uma
that
coisinha
right,
aqui.
Fremine?
Is this what you meant by I'll help you make some more friends?
To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have your contact, please?
Sure. Please, write down my address.
You sure are working hard to help Fermine socialize.
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to assist in our magic shows.
Parece que ia ser bom para ele.
Yes, I was planning to first introduce Pear as an assistant, and later Fremine himself. In the future, I think we can leave underwater escape magic to him too.
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
Oh, it'll work out. Every journey begins with the first step. He'll become a part of our show eventually.
Lynette, could you come over? Miss Charlotte says she wants to take a picture of us.
Got it.
Ah, deu uma diminuída bem boa.
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got rid of everyone the moment she realized I had
O
something to
processador tá
say.
65 graus, tá bom.
So, how
Mas
have
a
things
placa de
been, traveler?
vídeo... Eu só não sei o que é isso aqui, vai estar 89 graus, 5 graus, velho. Temperatura do CPU e do hotspot. O que é o hotspot da placa de vídeo? Eu já não sei o que eu... Tá tudo tranquilo.
Father says that you did a great deal during the latest events. She's very grateful for your contributions to
Eu vou ter que
Fontaine.
fazer uma coisa aqui. Calma.
Alright, we were more than happy to help. So, what's she doing now?
Tem que esperar e terminar esse diálogo aí.
Oh, I guess you haven't heard. Well,
Tá 75 graus,
after Lady
75
Farina
graus,
left,
cara.
Father and Monsieur Neuvillette opened negotiations during
75
which he
graus.
gave Fontaine's gnosis to her as a diplomatic gift.
A diplomatic gift? A gnosis?
Yes, I was quite surprised at first myself. But when I thought it over, there were actually a number of things
Tá
going for it.
quente.
It could have been done as an apology for the incident with Lord Child, or as thanks for his help in tying the all-devouring narwhal down. Furthermore, Father did also lend significant aid to Fontaine and Poisson.
That's true, but this is a gnosis we're talking about. Doesn't this seem a bit irresponsible?
I would agree, but I've also heard that it seems that Monsieur Neuvillette has had a significant change of heart regarding the matter.
So there's some reason for this that only Neuvillette knows about?
I suspect you'll have to ask him about that yourself. Ah, yes, speaking of which, I did see him strolling around the entrance to the fortress of Maripede a while back.
Isn't he
Tá
real
instalando o
busy
que
and stuff?
aqui, pai?
I didn't think he'd have
A
the time for
GeForce
that.
resolveu dizer que tá instalando alguma coisa aqui.
But back to the topic. The gnosis was given to the knave, right? What about Child?
They say that he's returned to Snezhnaya to recover from his wounds. I hear that the recent disaster really did a number on his health.
Tá atualizando outra coisa, calma aí, tá atualizando coisa aqui. Por isso que tá assim. Bem, acho que agora posso dizer que ele é um dos meus companheiros de guerra.
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads
Por
of
que abriu
run-ins
essa
with the
porra
Fatui.
aqui, cara?
To think we'd be allied with them this time.
So shocked by such a
Eu
simple
vou
switching
desativar
of
isso e vou ativar
sides?
isso aqui pra ver. Eu sei que tá um calor, né? Tá esquentando, vai bater 75 graus.
Well, well, what do you know? Come to the docks to see how my children are doing and meet the traveler by chance.
Deu uma
Please do not pay my
diminuída.
accomplishments in Fontaine too much mind. I would have done them regardless.
Are you going to take the gnosis back to Snezhnaya?
That is our duty as harbingers, yes. Don't be too preoccupied with sides. The goal of the Fatui concerns not a single place or person, but the entire world. With such a grand goal in mind, it is inevitable that we must wear many masks. Switching my masks is something I've always done.
Você vai manter sua posição?
Well, that depends on many things. No one truly knows what the future holds. What good is honesty if you can't rely on it forever? As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners.
Na verdade, acabei de lembrar de algo. Por favor, ajude a gente a entregar isso.
A vision?
É de Shield.
All right. I'll remember to return it. Thank you for keeping it safe for him this entire time.
And that's a wrap for me. Huh? You're...
Greetings, Miss Journalist.
Hello. If I'm not mistaken, there are diplomatic channels I'll need to report to take a photo of you.
That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like about our dear magicians and our upcoming rookie talent.
I will.
The sea breeze is quite pleasant. I shall continue my walk while the weather remains so agreeable. Farewell.
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my
Eu sei porque
pre-scheduled
tá muito
interviews.
quente aqui, tá
Thank
batendo
you all.
72
This will
graus.
be more than
A
enough
placa
for me
de
to write
vídeo.
about, I'm sure.
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket
porra.
before you go? Here, traveler, Paimon, You take one too.
To move things about?
That's right. Funny. I was giving out magic pockets when we first met too. And what do you know?
Tá um mormaço
I'm
aqui,
doing
né?
the exact same thing right now. So many things have happened, but the pockets are still the pockets. I guess this must be life. We will all follow our own paths, and serendipity will lead
O
you to your
negócio
fated
parou de novo,
friends.
calma aí.
All right then. We'll be handing out pockets in some other districts later, so we'll get going now. Have a good day, you two.
Well, guess we sent Charlotte, huh? Should we go see how Neverlette's doing? As long as he's not so busy that he doesn't have time to chat anyway.
Calma aí que a ventoinha que sopra o ar pra fora tá parando. Aí claro que vai esquentar, né? Procure pro Neuvillette, onde ele tá. Ai. Aí claro que vai ficar parar, né, velho? Deixa eu ver aqui. Tava rodando outro a 60 graus, 70 graus, né? Deixa eu só dar um check aqui. Tá. Tá diminuindo. Vai diminuir, tá tranquilo.
If you're not sure what to do next,
Assim
how about
espero,
I
né?
take you on a walk?
I can't wait to see
Só bate 70 graus quando eu tô usando assim. Jogando, né? Fica nos 75 graus no máximo. Não, tá tirando o ar todo de quente. Porque agora tá em um local fechado, né? Deixa eu só dar um check aqui novamente. Tô nesse check só pra ver quanto tá a temperatura das coisas aqui. Processador 65 graus, tá bom. É, chegou no 71, tá no... É do outro lado, ó, ele tá lá do outro lado de fora, é? Ele tá lá de fora, né? Lá na ponta. Acho que eu vou ativar aquele negócio que não muda muita coisa, não. E nem isso aqui, eu acho que não era isso. Saberei agora, deixa eu ativar aqui, calma aí. Ele tá do outro lado ali.
The entrance to the fortress! Ooh, he really is there!
Olha ele aí. O dragão, né? É pra você se transformasse em dragão. Agora ele na teoria é o arconte verdadeiro, né? Pô, tá errado esses sensores aí, velho.
Really? Oh, I suppose you must have met Mr. Linney. He took the time to greet me earlier when he passed this way. In any
Tá muito
case, you came at a
errado.
good time. I was just considering reaching out to you to set up a meeting, so I may explain some things that I haven't had the
Tem que
time to
atualizar isso
before.
aí.
Aw, Paimon's glad that you remembered. Thank you for keeping us on your mind, what with you being busy and all.
Eu queria que ele aparecesse
Alright,
como...
let's have it then. How was Fontaine actually saved? The whole business is still quite the mystery to us.
Tá batendo certo agora.
It is strange how words can often leave a bitter taste in the mouth when it finally comes
Dando
time
todo
to
o
say
ar
them out
quente.
loud.
Neuvillette suspira levemente antes de contar a verdade em relação ao que ele viu naquele dia. É Focalores. Tá errando.
Whoa. So that's what happened?
Eu só vi a parte da Furina.
Fossilor destroyed the divine throne of the Hydro
lol.
Archon and restored your power to you, transforming you into a fully fledged elemental dragon sovereign. But Paimon still doesn't quite get what you did to save the Fontanians from dissolving.
For me, the authority of the ancient dragons refers to absolute control over the hydro element. Fontanians were incomplete humans born of Egeria's use of the power of the primordial sea, with constitutions similar to that of mimics. But so long as those primordial energies remain within them, I could use the ancient dragon's authority to grant them true blood, after the fashion in which life was first brought into being on this planet. In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontanians became true humans, and thus would naturally no longer be dissolved by water from the primordial sea.
Fossilor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Your verdict was the key to making the prophecy appear to have come true while saving everyone.
Pode-se dizer que foi naquele momento que as pessoas de Fontaine realmente nasceram.
Yeah, and in a manner of speaking, Fossilor finally managed to fulfill the original Hydro Archon's wish to turn Oceanids into real people too.
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Sobre o veredito inicial proferido para o Shield.
I have investigated his case along many avenues, and I have learned that he once fell into an unknown chasm when he was young. There, by chance, he awakened the all-devouring narwhal. But whether it be by sentiment or reason, that should not have been enough to consider him the root cause of the disaster. At most, he would have had tangential liability. As for the judgment passed by the Oratrice during the trial, whether it was due to that liability by association or Fossilor deliberately using him to buy time for us on the assumption that he would be able to hold the creature off, I cannot say.
Guess Fossilor had Fontanians in mind the whole time. In the end, it was thanks to her that they finally became real humans. Hang on a second. Paimon suddenly got another question. Back when Fontanians hadn't yet become real humans, were the children they had also transformed Oceanids?
Life has always flowed like water. Do you recall how Fontanians would often come to the Fountain of Lucine to pray for children?
Yeah, Lynette said the fountain is where all the waters in Fontaine converge.
In truth, even those couples did not know that such prayers were no mere custom, but instead a form of ritual. Those Oceanids who were blessed within the spring water would later descend as new humans in the coming months.
Paimon sorta gets it now. Either way, seems like this ritual won't be of any further use, but it'll probably live on as a local custom.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Sobre o futuro de Fontaine.
Yeah, about that. Risley said Farina has already left. What's that all about?
Ah, Lady Farina. The people are only aware that her death sentence has not been carried out. She abdicated the post of Hydro Archon and left affairs related to that title to me, before leaving the Opera House. I related Fossilor's words to her faithfully and completely. After hearing them, she seemed neither saddened nor comforted. She simply said that she was tired and needed to rest. Having said that, she then packed her things and moved out of the Opera House, not unlike how an ordinary person might.
But she's still got a place to stay, right?
You need not worry. I will make arrangements to ensure that she will not want for food, clothing, board, or travel. In truth, I am somewhat happy for her. The wear and tear on her spirit will, of course, take time to heal. But now that she no longer has to play the role of Fossilor the Hydro Archon, she can finally lay down her burdens and lead a normal life.
What about you then? What are your plans now that you've regained your full powers as the Hydro Dragon?
After Fossilor passed on, the Oratrice also ceased to function. This matter will directly affect our trials. After much careful consideration, I've decided to take over its role in our courts. From now on, I shall hear cases and pass verdicts by myself.
Looks like you're still considering stuff from the perspective of the Udex, huh?
As an elemental dragon, there are indeed many things that I must do. But this power and this duty, in a manner of speaking, you could say that both were granted to me. As such, before I attend to my other responsibilities, I must first and foremost continue to serve Fontaine as its highest judge. The duty of the Hydro Sovereign and the duty of the Iudex shall coexist within my person. Additionally, the Hydro Archon's departure has brought about another problem, which is that the Opera House shall no longer produce indemnitium.
That's true. That power was derived from the people's faith in the Hydro Archon, wasn't it? Wait, but the various mechs and machines in the city are all still okay. Where are they getting their energy from?
As I am now, I have full command over New Musia, and it can serve as a complete substitute. Another reason why I cannot quite leave Fontaine immediately.
Wow. This ancient dragon's authority stuff is really quite useful, huh?
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Oh, that's right! They say you've given it to the knave as a diplomatic gift or something!
Leaving aside their intentionality, the two Fatui Harbingers have indeed done much for us during this crisis. Their sole remaining goal in Fontaine, at least at this point, would seem to be the Gnosis. The Oratrice has ceased to function. The Hydro Archon's divine throne is now no more, and I do not need the Gnosis's power. As such, it has lost all meaning for Fontaine. If the Fatui have impure designs, then we might as well accede to their request now, and avoid unnecessary conflict.
What complicated considerations! Paimon thought you were just giving it to them out of gratitude to the knave and as an apology to Child.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. You will soon be heading to Natlan, I presume? I'm afraid that I have little talent as a travel guide, so all I can do is tell you what I know about that land. As far as I'm aware, Natlan can be said to be a nation of dragons.
A nation of dragons? You mean like you?
No, I suspect that I would not find myself welcome there. Unlike ancient dragons such as myself, the dragons of Natlan have undergone long years of development and evolution. Large numbers of them have entered a form of coexistence with humanity. Natlan is also the nation of war. War ravages those lands like an undying flame. There is one other piece of information I got incidentally from my negotiations with the knave that I believe may be useful to you. The Harbinger known as the Captain has thrown his hat into the endless ring of war.
The Captain. Sounds like a real tough customer. Seriously, everywhere you look, there's a Fatui Harbinger doing their thing.
I suggest that you fully prepare yourself before going to Natlan. In the meantime, Fontaine's doors will always be open to you. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Hang on a sec. Paimon's still got a question about the Gnosis. When we spoke to Linny earlier, he mentioned that your attitude towards giving away the Gnosis had clearly changed. We guessed that there might be some reason for it that only you were aware of.
No wonder the House of the Hearth is the Fatui's intelligence division. They are certainly sharp. So regarding this specific issue, I was just getting ready to share something with you.
What is it?
In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
Well, we're going to head topside to see what's going on. You hurry over soon as well, all right, Nervalet?
What next?
The all-devouring narwhal isn't here, so I'm no longer getting any interference. I can finally catch the scent of your power, what it's made of. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons, but with something very similar to a god's curse mixed in. It's quite a novel blend. I'm sure I've encountered something like this before. What was it again?
I do not know what you speak of.
Of course. How could I forget? You should have the remains of the third descender on your person, yes?
Remains? I've never heard of any such thing.
According to your parlance, I believe it may be called a gnosis.
Well, that much is true. After Focalor's divinity faded, she handed her gnosis to me. But I fear I have never heard of it described in the manner that you just did.
I've been training with my master, the Foul, ever since I was young, and I have never returned to the surface since. So most of the information I possess, I got from him. It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess a different sort of common sense, which is why there are so many problems in our attempts to communicate with humans. Regardless, you should probably get rid of objects of misfortune to prevent any disasters from befalling you. To live in itself is a blessing. But once a person dies, the bonds he once had with this world shall all turn to curses.
What do you mean by that?
No need to fret. These are just my personal thoughts, and my reason for no longer wishing to return to the surface.
This third descender you refer to, who are they? And when did they die?
Master never mentioned them to me. Perhaps it just wasn't that important for me to know. If you're interested, though, I could ask him. I'll be sure to pass the answer on to you next time.
Next time? You believe we will meet again?
I do. Wait. I have a disciple of my own, don't I? He can be the messenger then.
É o Shield, né? O mensageiro dela. E a gente não pergunta mais sobre a irmã, né, velho?
That's what she told me. Whether it would prove useful or not, I wanted to pass that information on to you.
Nátalan é a nossa próxima arconte, né? Local onde só tem dragão, pelo que ele falou.
All the same, assuming that there was no misunderstanding or special metaphor at play, that is what she meant to say.
And she said that it would bring misfortune and that you should check it, which is why you gave it to the Fatui.
If she speaks the truth, then I would simply be putting Fontaine at unnecessary risk by keeping it here.
Descido, ela mencionou um deles. Eu sou o quarto descido. Para mim, essa informação significa duas coisas. Um é que a gnoses são relacionadas aos descidos. Dois, que quem veio antes de mim já morreu.
I guess that you might already be familiar with this concept, but I did not expect you to be one of them. That means that the Gnosis, which are exceedingly element compatible and can even enhance elemental abilities, do indeed come from the third descender. I wonder, does your body also possess similar properties?
Like being able to use elemental powers without a vision. That does sort of count as special compatibility, right? No, let's not think about this stuff right now. It just feels creepy. Comparing the Traveler to the dead third descender and all.
Não se preocupe, não vou morrer tão facilmente.
That's what you say, but this topic still feels like bad luck. Once Child recovers, let's get some more answers out of him. Or go look for his master and get the answers that way.
I too believe it unwise to make too many blind guesses when information is lacking. The same is true of being at court.
All right. Whatever the case, it seems like the crisis here in Fontaine's over for now.
Yes. All of Focalor's efforts were for this moment as well.
But she sacrificed herself in the end as a god, and she suffered through all those years as a human. Was that really what she wanted?
I suppose that would be the mystery of a god's will.
Você consegue entender a vontade dos deuses?
I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if wishes were like the clouds in the sky, they will one day return to the earth as raindrops. Life flows like water, and rain is the final answer. The water levels may sometimes tilt one way or another, but the rain falls fairly upon all. And what ultimately is the difference between the rains that fall upon all of us?
A Máscara da Culpa. Terminamos. Agora isso tem missão secundária, né? Lendária, né? A gente tem missão lendárias aqui pra fazer. Tem a missão... A gente tá fazendo essa, né? Deixa eu resgatar isso aqui. E tem a da Furina aqui. Vou desbloquear. Não devia estar fazendo isso, mas... Desbloqueei. A gente tá fazendo essa aqui, ó. A gente fez. E tem que fazer ela aqui, ó. Só que tem outra missão. Qual é a missão que tá fazendo aqui? Ah, vou ter que fazer metade e metade. Esse jogo tá de brincadeira, né, velho? Tem que fazer metade e metade. Terminamos a missão da fonte, né? E agora o que eu vou fazer? Eu vou lutar aqui. Depois eu vou pegar os TP, cara. Que eu não peguei. Nossa, aqui é a coisa mais fácil. Vou fazer essa luta, depois eu vou pegar todos os TP de Fontaine. Aí, de noite, né, a gente vai terminar a nossa história lá, o final do jogo, cara. O Eve, né? A gente vai terminar de noite. Aproveitar logo. Ela é água, é? Ela é água. Ele é gelo. A Furina eu não achei tão forte, não. Ah, botei sem querer, cara. Tem que fazer 30 reações de gelo, né? Vou pra cura aqui. É complicado que eu nem usei ele, né? Eita! Foi isso? O que foi isso? Travou legal, hein? Deixa eu ver aqui. Não. A placa de vidro bateu 75 graus. Será que é por causa da placa de vidro bateu 75 graus? A placa de vídeo bateu 75 graus, cara. 7,5. Tá um calor também, não duvido muito não, né? Tô falando, esse jogo tá ficando pesado. Toma.
Rain outlines your fate. Huh? Let my name echo in song.
Let's begin.
Toma.
The show be-
Tô congelando ele. São 30 reações, né? Não sei porque travou. Deixa eu ver quanto tá. Será que foi o que... Não, eu tava usando 75 graus, tava funcionando normalmente. Agora tá dando uma baixada, eu não sei. Parar, deixar assim no normal mesmo.
As one with wind and cloud.
Witness the power of Coalla.
A ult dele ajuda muito. Toma.
Way now.
Toma.
Rain outlines your fate.
Let the world collide!
Clouds high. The birds talk.
Rim cutter.
Toma. Só tem ele que congela, é meio duro, né?
Get a little chilly.
The show begins!
Wind strike.
Time to shine!
Witness the power of good work.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my nut.
A more, please.
Toma, congela todo mundo aí. Só falta eles dois mesmo. Roubado, né? O bicho não se mexe. Não se mexeram. Sete, 5. Pegamos. A gente já terminou a missão principal, né? Agora eu tenho... Cara, acho que eu vou fazer em off isso, velho. Pegar esses TP tudo em off. Pô, Fontaine tem TP pra caramba, hein, velho? Rapaz, meu irmão. Parando pra pensar que tem TP pra porra, hein? Vou fazer isso em off, é melhor. Pra não ficar chato. Dá pra gente já iniciar as duas missões aqui, ó. A missão do Duque e continuar a dele, né? A dele a gente não pode não, a gente tem que terminar a missão do Duque pra seguir a do carinha, velho. A do Neuvillette. Dá pra gente dar um só iniciado assim, né?
We once thought the fortress of Maripede would be super scary, but looking back
A
on
gente
it,
vai fazendo as duas ao mesmo tempo. Dá nada.
you've got a set schedule, guaranteed food and board, and you can even buy all kinds of stuff with credit coupons. It's really no surprise that many people don't even want to leave.
Sim, você tem razão. Eles provavelmente deveriam agradecer aquele sujeito por isso.
Oh, you mean Risley? He's definitely a pretty impressive leader. Well, he does look kind of intimidating. He's actually pretty easy to talk to once you've had a conversation or two with him. Paimon wonders how he's like with the people here. Do they also get the same guy we do, or is he a lot harsher with the bad guys?
Ele provavelmente tem vários truques para cada situação.
Yeah, he must be doing something right to maintain order here, while not making everything feel super oppressive.
Excuse me, did I hear someone there? Could you please do me a favor?
Huh? Paimon could have sworn she just heard something.
Eu também.
Excuse me, is someone passing by? Could you do me a favor, please?
Nope, Paimon wasn't dreaming. There's someone over there for sure. But Paimon doesn't see anyone.
Did you hear my call? Thank you so much. I'm over
Dentro da caixa.
here, inside this big box.
Big box.
You're inside the box?
Box.
Oh, no wonder Paimon didn't see anything. Well, come on, traveler, let's go take a look. Why are you hiding in here anyway? If we hadn't happened to pass by, you could have been stuck for days.
It's a bit complicated. Can we not talk about that for now?
Alguém raspou suas sobrancelhas? Alguém tirou suas roupas?
Whoa, that's terrible. Did someone seriously do that to you?
No, it was nothing quite that serious. I'd just like some help finding my hat.
Just your hat? But then, why can't you look for it yourself? Huh. Wait, Paimon gets it! Something must have happened to your hair!
Paimon, não temos que perguntar. Paimon, não precisa falar tudo.
Sorry. So that's what happened. Paimon gets it now. No wonder why you had to hide inside the box. You just need your hat, right? We'll get it back to you right away. What kind of hat was it?
I think you may have misunderstood me, but never mind. Please just help me find my hat. It's a soft and brown hat with a bit of a brim. Nothing fancy. I think I probably lost it near the entrance elevator. It was getting a bit hot, so I took it off and had a quick nap. But when I came to, it was gone. It's really important to me, so your help would mean the world. I'll wait here for your return.
Don't worry, we'll be back in no time.
A gente vai buscar chapéu. Renascido na Terra do Sofrimento. Isso aqui é missão lendária, né? Ó, a gente consegue continuar a missão das cicatrizes. Eu acho melhor, hein? Eu acho melhor. A missão das cicatrizes. Área administrativa. A gente já tá na área administrativa, não tamo? Não, tamo na cela. A gente tem que descer mais um andar. Aquele ali sobe ou desce. Vamos continuar a missão das cicatrizes, né? É melhor, do Neuvillette. E depois a gente continua a missão dele.
Paimon doesn't see anything here. Let's go somewhere else.
Eu acho melhor. A gente... Porque não tava deixando eu fazer a missão do... Ué, eu tô nisso aqui, pô. Pronto. É lá em cima, é. Descanse na enfermaria, é lá em cima, pô. A gente vai pegar um TP pra descer. É a missão do... A gente vai subir mais um degrau, tá abaixo. É a missão do Neuvillette, né? A história dele. A gente estava lá em cima, tá vendo? A gente tá fazendo isso aqui agora. Já tá marcado. Fazer um pouquinho dela. Aí amanhã a gente continua ela. De manhã talvez se tudo der certo. Editar de algum vavá. E assim a gente vamos ver o que vai dar, né? Opa. Então andar mais acima. Pô, tá alto, hein? Área administrativa. Eu caí. Ah não, é mais subir mais. Porra, é essa? Não, essa é aqui. Não tem nenhum TP. É dentro lá, né? Ai meu Deus do céu, cara. Tô quase desistindo de fazer essa missão, né? Quase desistindo, né? Quase desistindo. Completamos. Paga nós, tá? Oh, será que mudou alguma coisa no chamado sagrado lá, velho? A enfermeira é lá do outro lado. Cara, eu só vou dar uma iniciada, velho, nessa parte aqui. Amanhã a gente continua isso aqui. De noite a gente vai terminar o Eve lá, velho. Wint.
Did Neuvillette just walk by?
Now that I think about it, I can leave this place soon. Huh?
Tá cansado, cara. É igual o Sebastian, velho. Porra. Cansa muito rápido.
Please rest here for a moment. Oh, and would anyone like anything to drink? Paimon's not that thirsty, but thanks anyway. Thirst is a warning sign that you're dehydrated, which means you have to drink up even before that. I'll bring you some tea. I'm sure you'll have a lot to talk about. Typical Sijun. Concerned about everyone's health as always. Why aren't you two saying anything?
Os criminosos que acabamos de ver.
You noticed them too. The badges they wore on their chests looked quite familiar.
Familiar? Paimon didn't even realize they were wearing them. But if both of you say so, let's go ask them about it.
Paimon e eu iremos em Ildex. Você por aqui não é um bom sinal.
That's not a bad idea. I will stay here and wait for news from you.
Ah, cara, essa investigação fica pra depois, né? Não vou continuar muito nessa missão, não. Só queria terminar a missão do Arconte, velho. Pô, de noite, se tudo der certo, estarei aqui. A gente vai terminar o Eve lá, velho. The Even Wait 2, né? Vamos terminar. Já estamos na final mesmo, vamos terminar de noite, se tudo der certo. Obrigado mesmo que acompanhou, valeu mesmo. Se quiser ver a luta contra a baleia lá, na live anterior. Perto do finalzinho ali, caso tenha interesse. Se você gostou, deixa o like, se inscreve, vai ajudar muito o canal. Fiquem bem, até logo. Fui.